Hey, welcome back. It's a Wicked Wednesday show. Yes, we usually have Women Wednesday, but our main team, the dynamic duo, is here every Wednesday for my favorite segment when we mix it up. Democrat, Republican, I throw out the topics today, they mix it up. Thoughtful conversation is had by all. If they agree, if we all agree, I ring my little bell here. But John Burnett, Managing Director of One Empire Group, joins us today. He's a Republican from New York. He also ran for New York City Comptroller. David Eisenbach is a professor at Columbia University, also ran for New York City Public Advocate, and he's the Liquid Lunch official presidential historian. Gentlemen, thank you for what I'm sure will be another wonderful mix it up. So starting out with the snore fest last night, the Democratic debate, wah. All the talk was about how, Elizabeth Warren is alleging that Bernie Sanders said a woman could never win. And there's a lot of talk about how it was addressed at the debate. Let's take a look at this, and I'd like to get you guys' views on it. All right, we're not going to take a look at it just yet, but it seemed that the moderator, David, made it so it wasn't an allegation, and the way it was framed really annoyed people, apparently.
Yeah, because it's a lie. And Bernie did not say that. He denied it. But instead of then checking and going back to Elizabeth Warren and saying, hey, Elizabeth, were you telling the truth when you said he did say that a woman couldn't become president? CNN repeated the lie. And by the way, you guys are also guilty. In that Man on the Street segment, you presented it as if he did say what he did not say.
Well, I mean, Johnny, Pocahontas there has a history of not being completely honest, so maybe he didn't say it.
Right. So then, but why in your segment did you say it that he did say it, and then you had everybody respond as if he did say
allegedly? I mean,
well, he's saying it now. He said it twice.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, you know what? I was pissed off last night. As you pointed out, John, the moderator clearly said and positioned it as though it was truth, right? Not hearsay. There were no witnesses. It was just Bernie and Elizabeth. And if you actually take out the word woman and put in Hillary's name, maybe he did say it. Hillary can't win, right?
Yeah,
that's the way I took it.
That.
That's the way I understood it.
We all know that's true now. All right, let's take a look at what the moderator said and let the audience be the judge.
Warren, what did you think when Senator Sanders told you a woman could not win the election?
I disagreed. Bernie is my friend, and I am not here to try to fight with Bernie. But look, this question about whether or not a woman can be president has been raised, and it's time for us to attack it.
Now, David, Larry David seemed to get mad about that.
Silence when she just confirmed a lie. That puts her on the side of the lie. And it's quite clear that CNN does not want Bernie Sanders to be the Democratic nominee.
Well, this is nothing new, right? They didn't want him to be the nominee in 2016.
That's right.
This is just a repeat, right? I wouldn't even be surprised if that was rehearsed ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
Well,
the hit job on Bernie again.
We know the last time Donna Brazile was slipping the questions from the debates
exactly
over to Hillary, so maybe they're with Warren now.
John,
who knows?
You, the audience, everybody on set knows that I'm conservative, right? Even I say this is a hit job on Bernie.
It is.
In fact, Bernie's response was clear, concise, and credible. There is nothing in the history of what he said, and I'm not his lawyer, right? Nor do I work on his campaign. As I said, I'm a conservative. There's nothing in his history that would actually lend credence to what she's saying. This is not credible,
David,
at all.
She turned out to be. We all agree on something.
She didn't even want to shake his hand at the end.
Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this handshake or the way she left him hanging at the end of it. Take a look at this video. This is after the debate when she went over to Bernie Sanders and he put his hand out to shake hands with her. And look, she gave him like the Heisman maneuver there. Do we have that? No? Doesn't look like we have it. Okay.
Well, it definitely was a high.
Yeah, no, I mean, he put his hand out clearly, and then she kind of went like this. She gave him like,
Why? Because
she gave him like a forearm shiver.
She's falling in the polls, right? Her fundraising is at her burn rate is like through the roof, right? So the thing is that she needs something going into Iowa to bring to New Hampshire to try to like revitalize her campaign because she knows she's falling fast. Why? Because she's in the same lane as Bernie and she has failed to bump him out the way.
So we had Nancy Pelosi today. She finally came clean, and apparently she has transmitted the articles, and she's also named the managers. Let's take a look what she had to say.
Really draw on it. That further proves the president was an essential player in the scheme to pressure Ukraine for his own benefit in the 2020 election. This is about the Constitution of the United States, and it's important for the president to know and Putin to know, the American voters in America should decide who our president is, not Vladimir Putin in Russia. So today, I'm very proud to present the managers.
What is happening with
I
this
can't wait
lady?
for SNL.
Yeah, what was that all about? Why did she say? Why is she? Yeah. Why is she talking about Putin? Seriously, why? If we're talking about impeaching a U.S. president. Why is this nincompoop talking about Putin?
Well, if they followed the Mueller counts, that would make sense. But now that we're in the Ukraine issue, which she just sort of pulled out, to now pivot to Russia and Putin again, she has completely lost the American public. Whatever momentum that the impeachment had during the House hearings has been completely lost.
David, you know what? You sound very compassionate, right? You're giving her a pass.
I'm not giving her a pass, believe me.
You know what? Maybe she just got confused, right?
Oh.
It sounded like she just came from the bar. Maybe she had a white Russian, right?
Yeah, no,
so she confused
that's a possibility. She does seem to have a little slurridge every so often.
This
You
is
gotta
why
admit that.
it was time to move on. When the Democrats, they lost the House. They should have just bumped her as a party leader.
These seven, I think it's 7 managers or whatever number it is. Look, this is no dream team, people.
No, God, no.
Don't expect them to really come up with, the I got you and to really make a case, especially when Rep. Jim Jordan and others, Matt Gaetz and so forth, actually counters and really lets the American people know that, look, there's nothing here. There are no crimes. These 2 articles of impeachment, you know what? They wrote this during his campaign.
Well, yeah,
right?
Gerald Nadler said, like, in 2016, our only option is to impeach this guy. But in other news, Donald Trump seems to be quaking in his boots about everything that's going on around. Here's what kind of mood he was in last night while the Dems were debating and the swamp was burning.
And then our opponents say, we're not going to win. Let's impeach President Trump. Let's impeach him. Got the greatest economy in our history. Our military has been totally rebuilt. Let's impeach him. But we've created 7 million jobs since the election, including more than 1 million manufacturing and construction jobs. Nobody thought that was possible.
So he doesn't look that perturbed about it.
Not at all.
David. He looks like he's just happy-go-lucky going along doing his campaign
Hey,
thing.
like I said, as long as the stock market stays up, Donald Trump's going to get reelected.
Wow. You think that's the key
That's
bellwether?
it. That's
Mark it up,
the-
Trump wins.
Right.
Mark it down, Trump don't
loses. Yep.
By how much?
Does that have to drop?
Yeah.
How much does that have to drop?
Yeah.
If it gets back to the low 20s, I'd say he's in trouble.
Like 22?
Low 20,
Come on,
like
man. That's not going to
22,000.
happen.
I'm just
That's,
saying, if it
we
did,
we would need
that's not
a
gonna-
we would need a world war, which we were almost on the brink of world war just recently when we took out the number one most wanted sponsor of state terror, Soleimani.
Yeah.
Everyone said we're on the brink of war.
Thank goodness the war only lasted 24 hours.
They shot some rockets at some empty bases and knocked a commercial airliner out of the sky. So
Yeah.
I'm not really that
That's some
concerned
fierce
about
competition,
war with Iraq. Finally today, good news on the trade front. It seems that they announced that we're going to sign phase 1 here. It's a little slimmer than people thought, but there is $200 billion in stimulus and new goods that they're going to be buying from the U.S. I would think U.S. farmers, agricultural companies who benefit from farmers are going to be happy.
Well,
you don't look happy.
Look, this is the surrender I predicted in this summer. We allow them to continue to steal our technology, dominate the 5G sphere. In return, from us, so that we become an agricultural vassal state of China. This is no way to win a trade war by surrendering right off the bat.
Hang on. I don't think a lot of people know this, but I just want to impart this right here, some wisdom of JT. You know why they buy all those soybeans from us? To feed the hogs so that they can make bacon, okay? And we love bacon here in America, so we should be happy they're buying all this soy because I need as much bacon as I can get my hands on.
But John, you know, the thing is, President Trump has done so well with his fiscal policies. Why? Because working class Americans love to bring home the bacon,
exactly.
right? And that's what they've been doing under this administration.
That's true.
I thought this trade war was about bringing back industrial manufacturing jobs from China to the United States.
And that's what he's done.
That's not what he's done. He's completely taken
You're
that
right.
off the
It's
table.
not just China, it's the whole world.
A million,
again,
he just said, 1 million
there is
manufacturing jobs.
There's nothing in this trade agreement to bring those manufacturing jobs home.
Well, they did agree to, I don't know how long we can hold them to this, but they did agree to stop manipulating their currency, which also also hurts agriculture and commodities producers.
Forced partnerships, all these different things that goes into business planning. You know what? Businesses are saying, you know what? We're on the right track now. They can't wait till phase 2.
Then, John,
this is awesome.
Why is CEO confidence in this economy at a kind of record low? It hasn't been this low since 2007.
Stop watching those CNN
they're
polls, man.
pessimists.
Come on.
You're watching
CEO confidence, right? There's a
all
huge divergence. Consumers think everything is just going to continue going on great. CEOs are looking at the numbers and they're like, we don't have the sales and earnings to support this stock market. Well, that's what should keep Donald Trump
revenues are up, profits are up, confidence is up, working class, spending, saving.
Things are up, household incomes
Everything's
are
up.
up. Everything's up.
But you know what? David is sick of winning.
Household debt is
David
up.
is sick of winning.
And wages have continued to stagnate.
We agree on one thing. If the market stays stabilized here, Trump wins, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we ring the bell. I bring down the gavel on another wonderful episode of Mix It Up. You stay right there. Do not go anywhere. You got to watch the commercials or we're going to get fired if we don't get any money coming in for the show. Stay right there. We're going to come back right after this with Drew Taylor from the Wild West Crypto Show to let you know what you should be doing with your Bitcoin wallet. What's in your wallet right after this.